What's up, everybody? This is Ed. We're back with another video, and I'm gonna be on for maybe an hour and a half. I just wanted to give my thoughts. Some more thoughts. So I've got the link in the description. I want to do a quick response to the video that I was on, and some of the ending comments. But really, I just wanted to give an opportunity for people to come on that wanted to come on, on my stuff. Um so we can get to the bottom of it. And that is what that is. So let's start here. I've got the link in the description. I've got a link in the description for Concrete Rose and Danielle's channel. Basically, in that video, they were discussing, the sisterhood and the cult of the sisterhood, which it's the problem in the Black community is things are not talked about, but they're often referenced, like like they're very far away, just off the tip of the horizon, like a dream. But things are not discussed in very real and tangible terms. A lot of Black men, when they're trying to talk in good faith, they're trying to put all the cards on the table and we sort them out, see what shit is and what shit isn't. We're trying to, basically kind of, I think of it like watching the film. I think of it like watching the film, where we say, okay, let's play the tape, let's play what happened, let's see where it could have improved, and we're actually looking what actually happens. When you flip the table with a lot of women, you have women, some of the few that want to really hear what's going on. Then you have most of them where they want to protect the narrative. But see, the thing about it is, how do you tell the difference between women that actually want to hear some shit and women that are just trying to protect the narrative? Because at the same time, those women will often pretend to be the women that are trying to really speak in good faith. And this is why I'm going to say this just like this, just like this. It gives my fucking channel. Mela, and this is not just about her, but Mela has this thing where she believes that as a woman, a man is supposed to earn her respect. And that is a very old school way of Black women thinking. And the reality of the situation is that has really paved the way to a lot of systems we have today. This idea that a black man does not have to earn your fucking respect. Really a proper woman, a man comes in the table respected, and it's only it's on him to lose it based on his conduct. But this idea that it is a Black man's job to earn your fucking respect or any Black female's fucking respect based on a topic is fucking asinine. And that's the type of shit that a lot of these young chicks have taken and ran with it just in a more overt way. And that's a big reason why they're fucking losing the day. Understand that Obsidian and Black men in general would not even have an argument if women wouldn't have spent 3 decades crying about their fucking outcomes. Under let me see if I can still see it, because I literally had the fucking video of it. Under the video, I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me see if I could. Where the fucking shit at? Because I know it's gonna show it again. Where is it? Where is it? They had the Queen shit with Claudia Jordan. Let me see if I can pull that shit up for you all. Good, you good sirs. And and I want to show you what a bunch of fucking losers looks like. Let me see. And then, like I said, I'll be dropping a link. Where is this at? Let's see. Queens and Wine, Claudia Jordan. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, here it is. Here it is. Give me 1 second. Get this shit going. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. All right. Let's get them all. All right. So here we go. So press 1 if you all can see it. Let's widen that up. All right. And while I'm talking, I'll have that up. And I'll just talk and I'll let some of y'all pop on. So anyway, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure Mel is like the age in between the age range of these females. And I'm gonna get on Miss J too. And it's not about me beating it up. It's about me beating somebody up. It's about me giving an example. The reality is what they don't understand is they're part of the sisterhood. They may have not always been a part of the sisterhood, but they are in the cult of sisterhood. And women don't never ask themselves, are they that woman that they're talking about? So the reality of the situation is, in that conversation, folks were being argumentative just to be argumentative. They didn't have any, like Mr. Research said, they didn't have any evidence to refute the shit they say. They just said what the fuck I said wasn't true. And the thing about it is, a smart person would consider, well, what if what he's saying is true? And see, that's the problem. Our women don't do that. So this idea, let's go back to fact. One of the things that I said that black women have a repulsion for blue collar dudes. That if you take off what he makes and you just put in blue collar versus white collar, and it's not even compared. You just say, okay, would you date a blue collar dude? Most black women will say no, because a lot of black women, even that are not just 92s, but 92 climbers and a lot of 88s will try to do that because they think they have a class issue. Black women automatically think they're better than black men. So they don't look at it like a black man is equal to them. A black man has to be clearly defined as better than them. Either they have to be their greater. We're not talking about a black man has to be damn me 8, 9, or a 10, or a black man has to make money on par with like an 8, 9, or a 10 as far as economics. Black men that make $50,000 a year, this is a fact, are already in the top 20% of black men. That's a fact. Yet, if you ask black women, would you be happy with a dude that makes just $60,000 a year? They would say no. Even though technically $60,000 a year is above the average of what all men make in the United States of America. And the reality is, that doesn't. These are things. This is information that I've gone into. I've delved into some of these facts I've gotten from other women. Like the shit about the 20% and 50,000. I got that from a woman, Roa Lori Cutno, and then I recodify that information. So what happens is you start arguing a narrative, and it's almost like arguing religion. It's like arguing magic. So you're not really moving the conversation forward. And it becomes, we need to protect the narrative in the same video that we're supposed to be trying to put a microscope on. It's cool for y'all to be like, oh, well, yeah, we're in, there's a sisterhood. They make me feel bad for what I do. And because I want to be a mother, but we need to understand why do we do this? You all know exactly why you do that. And half of y'all, though, even y'all to bring it up, are involved with usually the shaming of keeping a black women alive. Like I asked Concrete, what relationship is it ideal for you? And see, this is where I didn't get her with, because I wasn't trying to do that. She said the relationship that I'm in now. Now, if I want to be an asshole, I would have said, okay, back when you were like, 25 or 26, would you have said the same thing? And she probably wouldn't have. And that's my point to even putting this video up. The point is, you got conversations of what women want to say now and what they would say back then when they were in their prime. And I'm not alluding to nobody's in their prime. I'm just saying, when you look at reproductive years, top reproductive years is going to be for women is really, we're going to say for a Me Too post world 20, let's say 21 to 36. Let's say that. So outside of that, it's game over. Outside of that, the reproductive value, which is where looks and stuff like that come from, as far as warranting a investment, a long-term investment of a man, really dissipates. Even though technically you can move those years earlier. And then it becomes about, well, all dudes ain't doing this, but all dudes cheat. But anyway, my point. So this idea, so first things first, it was said, and Ms. J straight up said that blue collar black women do not poverty shame black men. That's a fucking lie. And Ms. J has already been debunked on even about other women on BTS for Women. But let me prove to you that that's not true. You bring up Nicole's channel talking about black women level up in the level up movement, because one of the a young woman that came on there, Francesca, she came in on the input and she said she more referenced the ratchet females side of it, but also you have the wannabe level up chicks, the I want to get an insurance policy chicks, the I'm done on the car carousel chicks. Now it's time for me to find a man, and then they go to a market with their credit is fucking shot to shit because their whole fax report is out there. And then they want to look at like a chick like Megan Good or a chick like Gabrielle Union, both of them who are gorgeous females, by the way. But wonder why everybody can't have after you get on the rainbow of dick, why isn't there a pot of gold of a magical nigga waiting for me like Dwayne Wade? And technically Megan Good, actually you could argue she dated down, because even though she got physically the dude that she wanted, that dude is what I would call an extra normal dude, not necessarily a dude at the same level that she was at in the famous world. So she actually did date down, and she was smart to do it because it's called trade-offs. And the problem is you got females that they don't know how to trade off because they really don't know what the fuck they want. So you wind up like this. LisaRaye ended up dating a dude that was like a prince or something of an island. And at the end of the day, that shit didn't work out. LisaRaye has been in many relationships, and I don't have an issue with LisaRaye. LisaRaye was one of the ones that legit called out Nicole Murphy for her home wrecking shit. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, she doesn't have a man. She's not in the relationship she wants. And then she talk about how black women fail black women. No, black women, you failed your damn self, because the dudes you chose was a summation of who the fuck you were. That is a reflection of fucking you. Claudia Jordan. A lot of people don't know. Claudia Jordan is mixed. She actually has a white mother. And it's interesting because Claudia Jordan, even though she's a melanated woman, she genetically, she's aging like a white woman. And you know, she's all right even now. But the thing about it is Claudia Jordan would even tell you she was a handful. I've even heard her say this. Claudia Jordan has had issues with Ricky Smiley. She's had issues working with other men, and she's not the ratchet type, but she's more of the passive aggressive type, where if she was a white woman, she'd get away with it because she's not. It doesn't work because she gets put into the same black bag. But she's even admitted her own issues. I don't know who Selena Johnson is. Move on. Vivica Fox. Well, her shit is very clear. These are different archetypes of different women that have failed in their relationships. And rather than just owning that shit, and it is what it is, they can't own their shit. And somebody would say, well, why would they own their shit? Well, because, you know, maybe they need to they're famous, they have influence. Maybe it's important for women to see from women that they will argue have it all, that you know, it's like what is really important. I could bring up Shania Lathan on here too. Very beautiful woman alone. Obviously, Halle Berry shit's been chronicled. You know, she's gone black, white, and all side to side. And this is why I have my my mindset of saying just go get a white man. Go get a white man, shut the fuck up. Because at least when you go to a white man and your relationship fucking bombs, you can't fucking blame nobody. Because now you got that white dude still. Garcelle Beauvoir, same thing. And at the end of the day, and what kills me about Nicki Minaj, fucking Keisha Cole, you know, Monica, again, these are archetypes because y'all know who these famous people are. But my point is, you know, these are the women that are talking to other women. These are the women telling other women how to do it right. You know, I wouldn't listen to a dude about wanting to be a millionaire that I got more money than. That makes no fucking sense. But this is the type of shit that happens. So let me go back to that damn hangout. One of the things that folks have mentioned, and if Concrete and Danielle listening, I got to put this out here. You all tend to have a very big trigger finger when it comes to men saying shit. But when women saying shit, you don't hear it unless a man brings it out. This is actually what Mr. Research was trying to bring up. And Mr. Research is not a dude that argues with females, gets loud with females. That's really not in his character set, because his pimp game is just going to kick in and he's just going to walk away from a situation versus arguing with females, because that's a bad thing to do. Me, I'm more pettier than that. I ain't got no problems going back and forth. Real talk. That's why the stuff that was said to me, and I don't know what happened before I came on there, it really didn't really bother me, because I already know who Miss J is. Miss J's full of shit. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, and she's been debunked years ago. She used to be on BGS's shit, getting battered around. She was even on BGS for women with other women, Crimson Cure, Kendra, and Char would jump on Ruby, all of them, because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She doesn't. And for you all to say that oh well, normally it doesn't get this bad. Well, because Miss J's full of shit. And when you combine her with Mela, that's like the fucking Die Hard 3. When you put, the red and the blue and together, it's fine, but you put them together and throw it, it creates a reaction. That's what that is. Because now, Mela's got a teammate. So going back to Mela, and really, Miss J doesn't know what respect is in general, because she got her own issues. And that shit has already been brought up. I'm not here to bring old shit back up, but I know who she is. I know how she gets down. There's a reason you ain't never seen her ass cam up. End of. Now, going back to Mela. Again, this thing about leadership, men, and this was what Francesca kind of alluded to. Men don't have to say shit. Men could do what Mr. Research does and say, just walk away. Just bounce. Just bounce. That's all they can do. Just do you. And then you see a motherfucker with a white girl, you see a motherfucker with a Latin. Doesn't matter if they're losing. The point is they ain't with your ass. Cause and then motherfuckers are mad. And y'all mad. That's what Kobe did. Kobe just left. Kobe didn't deal with the bullshit, even though he dated Brandy. He just bounced. Now, people would say, oh, well, you're comparing people to all these rich dudes. Like every black man is wealthy. Like every black man is this. You don't got to be wealthy to say fuck it. And this idea, and going back to the blue collar shit, again, you're going to have, that was a perfect example of the sisterhood. Basically, I presented a narrative. They have no fucking evidence under their anecdotal opinions. BGS Kevin Samuels would co-sign that. ARC would co-sign that. BGS would co-sign that. All these older dudes that got way more experience than me, kids, been married, all, they cover all the bases, have co-signed it and would co-sign that same shit. Obsidian would have co-signed it too, because he said it before. Because he's done videos on it. And this is not about shaming. This is about saying you all have a very specific type of dude that you want to fucking deal with. And a big reason why y'all stay bitching, stay crying is because you all limit your own outcomes. And quite frankly, a big reason why dudes have an issue, because they limit their own outcomes. And at the end of the day, what happens is you all are a perfect representation of the fucking sisterhood. Y'all want to talk about a sisterhood. I call it the gynocracy. And it's not something that's official. It's unofficial in your emotions, in how you all line up in feelings. And it's just amazing to me how folks would have a topic like that and then not understand like that you're doing the very thing. And here's how it works. What you have is the enablers. And this is where Concrete and Danielle, you come in. You enabled them doing that. If I would have been in there cutting folks off over and over again, you wouldn't have let me do that. And I respect a panel no matter. The reason why I can do what I do is because when I'm giving direction, whether it's a dude or a woman on a panel, I respect the direction. I may edge into it a little bit more, but I respect the direction. This is why people don't particularly shut me down, because I respect the direction of the panel. So if it's like, okay, I need you to fall back, I will. I try to. They don't feel like they have to. And so she has this thing where they can keep on just egging. I don't give a fuck about what they talking about, because at the end of the day, anybody listens to what the fuck they got to say, they get what they get. That's on them. So I really don't care. But at the end of the day, what I said was factually correct. What they said was factually wrong. It is factually correct that black women have a disdain for blue collar black men. They do. They do. They do, because they believe they're above them with class. That's where that education bullshit comes in. And Mela is actually a perfect example of that shit. Like, real fucking talk. That's the first thing. Second thing is, as far as Tiny. The reason why I brought up Tiny is because Tiny is not an ideal woman at all, but Tiny's cooperative in other ways. You know what? Let's take all the shit that goes down. Cheating, all that shit he does. Guess what? Should T.I. cheating be a reason for Tiny to fuck up them kids and turn them kids into a fucking thought? Should Tiny raise her daughter to be a hoe because she's mad because of what T.I. does? Tiny has done her own shit. Yes, T.I. cheats more. But the point is, Tiny can separate her bullshit with her man and her relationship from how you need to raise them fucking kids. And Tiny is not a homemaker woman. Now, this idea of black women don't want to be a doormat. Let me be absolutely motherfucking clear. All y'all motherfuckers are doormats. You all are doormats to the right nigga with the right dick. So you can kiss my motherfucking ass talking about you all ain't doormats. You all wouldn't be bitching, crying, and complaining like these three chicks right now if you all haven't been doormats. Jenny, shut up. I'm not complaining about women being themselves. I'm commenting. I'm giving a recap on a video. So stop. But anyway, so this idea of, oh, I don't want to be a pick-me. I don't want to be a doormat. All of y'all have been doormats to a dude. Dudes that can stay being, no, I didn't think it was going to be fair, Janice. And I said that on the panel. Stop. Anyway, like a fucking puppy. You like getting on it. No, want to throw it. No, stop. Anyway, like I said, all of y'all are pick-me's to the right nigga. All of y'all are doormats to the right dude. Some of y'all get the taste smacked out of your mouth and you all stay in relationships. You choose to stay. Oh, well, T.I. cheated. I don't want to be like her. No, you all don't want to look like her. But real talk, y'all don't want the rap, but real talk, all of y'all are doing that. NBA Young, all these rappers, all these dudes. It ain't even about rappers. It's about even dudes that's got paper. Because again, it's about value and not value. You all have this thing because you all black women and your shit don't stink. You all have a greater value of a dude, and that's not true. Hell, you let Jada Pinkett tell you she got a greater value than fucking Will Smith. Let her dumb ass tell you. And the reality is you all don't have a proper understanding of what your fucking place is. And this is why y'all don't know how to navigate through it. And this is why you all stay losing to other women. It's just facts because you all want to, oh, well, you can cheat, I can cheat. At the end of the day, if a dude is, look, I'm going to say it just like this. Y'all pussy is not magical enough to keep dudes from cheating. And at the end of the day, if you want a nigga that's going to be loyal, oh, well, we want dudes with character. No, you fucking don't, because these niggas, these babies getting born is not reflective of, most of these niggas that are having these kids ain't outside of marriage ain't necessarily got character. You cannot look at the last two generations of kids that's been born and say these niggas, the plurality of these niggas that got character. Fuck out of here with that. And if that is that any of you all personally, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm not talking personal. I don't take this shit personal. I don't push this shit personal because I don't know you all. And even if I did know you all, I don't put people's shit out there like that because that's not who the fuck I am. But my point, I've always said this, I say this now, and I've always said this. I talk at the macro level, meaning I'm talking about as an aggregate, as a group. It's like if you're talking about another country or you're talking about states within the country. I'm talking about the I'll say this. One of my favorite shows out right now, Ozark. Jason Bateman says this. He says that individuals are absolutely terrifyingly unpredictable, but people as a group are perfectly predictable in the patterns. And if you look at our women as a group, you see a pattern, just like how you see patterns as a group with dudes. And I've been very honest about that. I've been very honest that one of the pillars that holds up the gynocracy is black men that are in on it. And that's about at least 50% as to what I know. BGS is coming to that realization. So this idea that we're about just throwing darts on one way and not looking at what it is in our group as a group is bullshit. So at the end, it's not true. And y'all know, and y'all will say, and see, the thing that I will say with Concrete is Concrete will say the same shit over and over and over again, knowing good well that shit has been debunked. A lot of stuff Concrete has said. She said that with BGS on the BGS for Women's panel, and Kendra and all them have debunked that shit. Mela too. Y'all know, but y'all keep wanting to hold on in that narrative, even though other women is fucking debunked. What the fuck y'all talking about? Mela, it's because she's holding on to her idea of what the community used to be or what the fuck ever that is. I don't know. Concrete, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm here. Oh shit. Is this a new Rick and Morty episode? Man, let me check that shit out. I'm here to try to provide insight and you know, put all the cards on the table and be honest. I'm not here to tell women lies and what the fuck they want to hear so I can get money, and then they end up figuring that shit out. Like once I'm gone, they were everybody lied to them. That's not what I'm here. That's not what I do. And at the end of the day, you know, there's more money in telling them, feeding and finding out what their narrative is and feeding into their narrative. Are you serious? That's a game. That's a game. Feeding into their narrative, and telling what they want to hear. There's a lot of money in that, but no. So again, you know, they think because they said something is not true, then it's not true. And at the end of the day, they're the ones that end up looking like an idiot, because when the world reflects to them what they know to be true, then all of a sudden they want to get mad. You know, dudes tell you what it is. Dudes are very transparent. It's just y'all don't want to hear what the fuck is being said. And then what happens is when you all find out that shit turns out to be true, y'all want to just shovel that shit under the covers, and then have this fucking fake outrage. Anyway, if anybody want to hop on, look, I'll drop the thing for y'all to come on real quick. We'll do a 20-minute, maybe 30-minute, maybe 15-minute. I don't know. But yeah. Let's see. Move that. Yeah, but that shit gets on my fucking nerves. Because I know I talk in good faith. These are some dudes are being biased, and you know, it's black men say black women are the problem, they're pro-black, and then black women say the black men are the problem, they're pro-black. No, the problem is you got people that want to hold on to a fucking narrative because they got personal issues they don't want to be. Well, I don't know fuck about them being honest about, but they ain't dealt with on their own. And then you got folks that actually just speaking facts. Speaking what the fuck it is. And me and Mr. Research don't agree on every little thing. We don't agree on every little thing. But one thing you need to understand is these millennials don't give a fuck. And that's one thing Francesca was trying to tell y'all. And see, here's the thing. I don't know who she is. She could be saying the right thing now and the wrong thing later. I don't know. But it wouldn't be the first time. But what I will say is this, and I'll get y'all in a second. Y'all got to understand that a lot of y'all are fucking it up for these younger chicks. These younger chicks don't get a chance. But well, let's be real. You look any kind of good, you're gonna get a chance. But they have to deal with a lot more. They're giving a lot less benefit of the doubt than they otherwise would be because of old chicks, because of chicks like y'all. They sit here and basically prove to us exactly what the fuck it is. And then because y'all really think we're gonna be out here giving every female like the absolute benefit of the doubt. I don't know what the fuck y'all think with that. Anyway, what's up, y'all?
What's going on, Edward?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Not much, just had to do Miss J, want to be on concrete shit, and they want to start, they do what they do, and I'm just giving a recap of that shit. Actually, I'm promoting their channel. I got the link in the description, so
yeah, and to add on to what you were saying, Edward, look, I actually watched the entire live stream, and to be fair, I'm like when the show first started, right? I'm like the whole. That chick, Miss J, when she hopped on, she essentially derailed the entire conversation, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
she always does that.
Yeah, and in the back of my head, it was crazy. I was thinking to myself, I just wish Edward would get in there, and all of a sudden Edward comes on, right? But see, here's something what I need to point out, right? Isn't it funny how when you was talking, everything you were saying, they were just revolting against it,
Oh
right?
yeah, like I can deal with Mela shit, but Miss J was about to catch a shut the fuck up bitch real quick because she was really again. Mela's old school with it, where she kind of knows how to do it in such a way. It's kind of like what you see in the church, where you can kind of save face, and if you really jump on it, it kind of makes you look like you being over animated. So it's only when she says some real off the wall shit. That's why she can be in these panels and be cool. Miss J doesn't have those social skills to know how to put the shit in. At all. So
Yeah, but here's the thing. What surprised me the most is that Francesca comes behind you, says the exact same thing, and
no,
goes
this is
quiet.
what makes it so bad. Yes. And
And
I'm glad I did not go first, because then you can't just say that she just piggybacked right after me. And I stayed quiet because I was like, there you go. So what y'all gonna say now? See, unfortunately, Mello left at that point. But yeah. Yeah.
and see, look, the reason why I like
Damn, the
that
black women got a hold of your microphone, man.
I'm a first of all, I'm mad at that, right? Brother, computer science. I'm about to graduate. I'm not. For a lot of brothers, young guys like me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You borging like a motherfucker. But anyway, and
I
it
couldn't
is
hear that he said.
yeah, it's the black woman got a hold of his back. I don't say the white man, I say black woman now. But no, it's I did a stream. Man, Super Triz, and I said, thank God for coronavirus.
Yeah. I actually Edward, so I pretty much catch a lot of your streams, but sometimes I watch on my iPad. And so my iPad, I have a different YouTube account. So like you won't see me like comment because I'm watching from my iPad. But I did catch that. Thank God for the coronavirus. Also caught your stream when you responded to I want to say is Concrete Rose is the name that you mentioned.
Yeah.
They did a stream and it was in reference to short men.
Oh yeah.
And so I think this correlates because when we look at, just the dynamic between men and women, obviously, the dynamic is heavily favored for women in this particular environment. In the environment, I mean here in America, because you can have a woman, right, of same level. Like if you were able to take the attributes of a man, take the attributes of a woman, and be able to calculate a raw score based on a 0 to 10 scale, and say, for instance, you had a woman who was a 5. We're talking about pure average. A man who was a 5, pure average. That woman who's a 5, generally speaking, is inaccessible to that man who's a 5. Because the woman who's a 5 has access to men far beyond her station, because men generally reach down. And so you already have an unequal dynamic if you have all things equal considering. Then you take into consideration where you have other factors that women consider, where, like, for instance, that video you responded to, you start taking into consideration height. So then that further removes men. Then you have finances. That further removes men. Then the quote unquote swag, some of the subjective things. And so what you end up
we not even on the black female bullshit that they add on to it, but go ahead.
Yeah, and so what happens is that you have women really competing for and we all know this, they're competing for a small group of men. And then you have men who are able to benefit from that. And so they'll deny the existence of this particular dynamic because they're able to benefit from the situation because they're within that group of men who women find attractive. But in reality, what happens is that these women, by limiting their options, they've already agreed a nonverbal agreement that they accept the fact that they're sharing that man. That's essentially
I'm glad that's where you were going. Go ahead. I'm glad you went there.
And you know, and it really irks me because you have women who think that because of their status, they're exempt from that agreement. Like they think that because you mentioned Tiny, because she's tiny and she has a little bit of clout and a little bit of hood fame, whatever the case may be. She was a celebrity and she sung. That doesn't mean that you're exempt, because even at base levels, non-celebrity men, like when we look at animals in an animal kingdom, this is the natural nature of men to actually pursue women outside of their their monogamous relationship. I mean, monogamy for men is not really natural. This is a construct within a westernized civilization. But for most men, we have a desire to be with multiple women, and this is something that's encoded in our DNA. This is something natural for men. And so women, I don't know why women think that because they have some sort of status, or they feel like, and a lot of times these are attributes.
I'm gonna start calling it the K Michelle problem.
And it's like, okay, so you got money. Like, that's not a metric for your performance. Femininity, compliance, these are metrics that men are actually judging you based on. The fact that you have money is only applicable to men who don't got shit. They're trying to get something out of you.
So this is what I'm gonna settle on. This is what I want to settle on at this particular topic. The BGS and a couple other people on, and I want to work tomorrow, so I'm not trying to jump on hop stream to stream. So I'm gonna stick to my shit because I be watching other people be on, and then they weren't on. But anyway, I want to settle on this cheating bullshit because that was the thing I did not talk about, like I wanted to. And Tiny was, and the reason I brought up Tiny as an example is because Tiny is not like the greatest chick, but when it comes to her, it's very rare you see a woman where she can separate a black woman where she can separate how she feels about the situation and still be a good partner when it comes to raising children.
Well, hold on, real quick, Edward. Before you go too deep into that, let's look at Tiny's background, right? We got to look at the household she came from, the components that comprise her household. That may be a key indicator as to why it
usually is, and that's another thing the sisters don't like, because they don't like you judging them based on what their parents did, or mothers did, even though that's a direct reflection as to who they are. And to be absolutely fair, O'Shea actually talked about this with Jay Cutler and his white girlfriend, white wife divorced him, and the bad background she came from. She did not come from the same stock as like Jay Cutler, and she put so we can take race out of it, but black women like to have an exception because they like to use racism. But we don't even got to go deep into that. The point is, I explained that was the main reason I brought it up, and they wanted to focus on Tiny being a doormat, which actually proves the point, because black women that don't understand what it is to be in a relationship are going to focus on the doormat piece because they're too busy trying to protect their ego, and really their ego is really only valuable to their own girlfriends. This goes back to what you said, and I got you, Rael. This goes back to what you said when you were talking about sharing dudes. The reality of the situation is this idea that these dudes make these heartfelt love commitments to these women and then they just cheat on some Papas or Rolling Stone bullshit. This is a lie. Now these women know good and well who the fuck they're dealing with. And in fact, if a dude has demonstrated that he doesn't have a little bit of fuck boy in him, most of these women, not some, most. I ain't talking about just city girls. I'm talking about even your Mollies, by the way. Because you can see this in the home wrecking nature of a lot of sisters now, even in the 92s, they think something's wrong with you. A form of pre-qualification is you having some fuck boy in you. So they assume that if you're not a fuck nigga, then that's because you can't be, meaning you don't have the same status as a dude that is, and they really think like that. And this is the majority, the vast majority. And another thing for women that want to debate me on this, you look at any female from 18 to 35, though, and we're gonna see post Me Too, those are prime mating years. That's when these women are gonna operate like this. I don't want to hear from women that are older than that trying to do that, because that's when they're not in their prime. And generally, and when they are in their prime, they do think like, what the fuck I'm talking about. So what are your thoughts, Super Trends? And I'm gonna get you Rael on that.
Oh, go ahead, Rael. I'll come in after Ryle. I know he's been waiting.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, peace, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
So much fuckery. Where to start?
I mean,
it's like if somebody did a diarrhea all up the fucking walls.
Bruh. That panel was it was just, and it wasn't even like the worst panel in terms of like just people going at each other's throats. It was actually pretty calm, and I'm glad it was kind of calm so we could actually hear the bullshit.
I did go in there with the double-bladed lightsaber though, but you know, I didn't realize Miss J was on there because she, you know, the thing why it was what you said is because Miss J will do shit just to do it. She has no fucking point except to disagree. She's like the fucking Republicans when Obama was in office. She like, so what the fuck do y'all want to do? I don't know. You tell me so I can say no. That's Miss J.
Look, I don't know if you saw that the questions I asked, because I was right there with you, Everett, when you was talking. And I asked the question, I said, do y'all baby daddies represent the type of men that y'all feel are marriage material? And the reason why I asked that question is because if they were, then why didn't y'all marry them?
Well, that's what they would probably talk about with the personal stuff.
No.
And that's a legit question.
But hold on. That's not personal. That is a very legitimate question.
No, you're absolutely right. But what happened is they'll take that personal and make it about that. Like the thing about it is, because understand something, when it comes to having kids, the metric to nutting a bitch is much less than the metric to marry a chick. And a lot of these chicks, if you had to get married first, then and you weren't allowed to have kids until you got married, it'd be a lot of us not born. Because there'd be a lot of women that can't fulfill that metric.
But Edward, that's what I'm saying. One of the points of me asking that specific question was to prove what you were saying was right. Was basically the dudes you dealt with ain't really no different than T.I. than what you claiming you so against.
Well, no, absolutely. And the thing about and this is the thing I want to focus on. The thing I want to focus on, this bullshit that black women do not knowingly man share. They like that's what I was Super Triz. I want y'all, because that's the thing they got us so upset about. Oh, well, why do black men cheating? They act like they come into these relationships like really believing that a dude that is of higher value than them, like, you don't know what it is. A lot of, even Joe Budden said this, a lot of women, they put themselves in relationships that haven't even been made official. It's like, just because we fucking, they try to codify that with a baby. But another thing they were saying with T.I., they were talking about how he was broke and Tiny got with him. That's not true. Because Tiny, first of all, two things happened there. Even if he was broke, okay, let's go with the broke shit. Let's go with that. Let's go with that narrative. You know, y'all remember Jesse Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mixed dude that, you know, Cape for Sisters. You know, he's a real dude, but he came for Sisters on the BET Awards, like that way back when. He was broke too, but it was very, very clear why that woman bought him. That woman was simping, and people like to act like women don't simp. And then she got mad when he left, even though he has a white mother and got with a white girl, because to him, he didn't want the loyalty that he gave her. To be honest with you, was really more than what she deserved. Because real fucking talk, he gave her 2 kids. He gave her 2 kids that are much prettier than she would have otherwise got from any other motherfucker. I mean, let's be honest. If you look her up, she's a great real estate person. I give her credit for that, and I'm not even hating on her for doing what she did. She had to go down to get what the fuck she wanted, and she did it because every man wouldn't necessarily did that. But at the same time, for her to be mad about that. When he married her, he gave her a lot. That's a lot more than what a lot of dudes did. The point is, women like to act like they don't simp. And they like to act like, see, and Danielle has said this straight up. She said that black women do not look for security first. So we know this. So what happens is they will simp. So even if I say T.I. was broke, then one of the things they've always said about T.I. is women have always liked how he looked. He has always been more attractive than the average rapper. If you go any biography with T.I., this is something they will talk about. And that's part of what his appeal was he had an extra female appeal because they wanted to fuck him. The reality of the situation is, even if I give you that he is broke, T.I., she was simping for T.I. And as a result, she knew what she was getting. So when he got his status, she knew the other motherfuckers wanted him. So this idea that she's surprised that T.I. is gonna cheat a little bit in a society when monogamy is not even normal. I'm not justifying dudes cheating, but she know what relationship she's in. That's why she's content with it. Motherfuckers, and first of all, Tiny is not a fucking doormat either. Black women define Tiny as a doormat because T.I. cheats and she's cool with it. Tiny was probably fucking with Mayweather. Like this idea, and see, you got.
Oh no, she was. Ain't no problem.
Yeah. The thing about it is, Tiny is far more successful and far more ahead of most of these chicks, and they're actually saying that she's a doormat. And you all don't know who the fuck is a loser and not a loser, but you know who they don't think is a doormat? Amber Rose.
Right.
You know who they don't think is a doormat? Right. Nicki Minaj.
Black China.
Even Mary J. Blige, they'll say is not a doormat. Guess what? She paying alimony. Do you know who else they probably think is a doormat? Beyonce.
Aaron, let me say this, man. I remember years ago when I was in undergrad, and I'll never. It was so funny, man. This chick that used to work at the school, she was married, but she was separated. Me and her had, smashed a couple times or whatever. And it was a Dominican chick. I mean, but she was black. And so she was talking all this shit about, man, a nigga about to ever cheat on me. I don't play that shit. I ain't with none of that bullshit. You better not ever do that shit to me. And I looked her dead in the face and I asked her, I said, so you mean to tell me you ain't never fucked with a dude that had a girl? She paused, and then she said, well, I said, man, I don't want to hear that bullshit.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That brings that home record shit. Because that's another thing.
Hold on. Let me
finish it on. Bring it home.
I said, matter of fact, the shorty I had smashed. I said, yo, she married. I said, and I smashed her. Man, the both of their faces just boom dropped.
Hey, yo, the NBA might be on to something with playing these past, like these recently passed NBA finals, because I be getting into this shit. Anyway, yeah, because they lying to themselves. They like, okay, Nicole Murphy's a perfect example of that. And I gave credit to Lisa Reagan. She was one of the few that called that shit out. But women, like the black women, have a home record mentality. That's actually something in the sisterhood they don't talk about. You want to talk about
that's what the older generations used to call those type of women. They called them home records.
Yeah, that's an old school term, and I'm bringing it up. And they still do it now because they think it's fun. That's the drama they like, and at the end of the day, this is the stuff. See, this is the shit that I know that Mr. Research probably knows more than me, because I don't know the most when it comes to that shit. But they and then we gotta listen to these motherfuckers talk the shit they talking, and then Concrete and Danielle go along with it on some neutral shit. Who me? And see, that's the thing. They be enabling that shit, and I'm like, you're not I get it. You're not helping nobody though. Acting like that shit don't happen. Like most of y'all, like I've been in corporate. I have been passed around in corporate America. I know Super Triz, you done been passed around in the hospital.
Well, I mean, like back, back in the day.
I'm short and I've been passed around.
Back in the day, I don't really move like that anymore because I value my place of business a lot more than I used to. I mean, but there was a time when between me and my homie, we worked together. When I was in Houston, and we would just go through practically every woman that went through that door, and I'm talking about women that you wouldn't expect, women that didn't hardly speak English. It was just pretty much everybody, because that was just a dynamic. But the one thing that I didn't do is I didn't do girlfriend-ish with these women. And this is where we got to kind of look at ourselves for a second, fellas, is that, some of these problems we create for ourselves because we doing girlfriend shit with chicks that's not girlfriend material. Like if you got a chick that you just supposed to
go south,
you kicking it with, you just hanging out, you just having a good time, whatever, right? It's she came through around 8:00 the previous night. Here it is 10:00 in the morning, right? Why is she not getting dressed yet? She's still hanging out. Y'all planning another day together. Like, wait a minute.
Guilty niggas.
Out the door and on her way, and you going about your business. No, but see, you doing girlfriend relationship type stuff, and this will get them in the head like, oh, we really a couple.
Yep. And these niggas, two things happen why they do that. One is they guilty, and another thing is them dudes be really trying to, I could get her in the fuck buddy situation where we friends, and you can't fuck with a woman's emotions like that. Yeah, that definitely does happen. But at the end of the day, these women know what lane they started in. They know how they found a nigga. In the reality, no matter what that nigga say, you always in that same lane. Cause here's the thing. I'm gonna bring this back real quick to Tiny, because I can tell you some stories about the call center. But people see they all clumped up on that Tiny's a doormat shit, and I let them do that. Like, I didn't fight that too much. Like, I kind of fell back on that because it's important for the audience to kind of see the push and pull. But what they don't understand is, at the end of the day, he cheated with Bernice Burgos, he cheated with this, he did this. Guess what? At the end of the day, T.I. came back to Tiny, and Bernice Burgos was out here looking like a fucking fool. T.I. has had a threesome with Blac Chyna and Tiny. So again, you're looking at their at the end of the day, Tiny's happy with where she's at. And black women have this thing where they like to talk about what the fuck they'll do in situations that they don't have. Jason Black did this a lot. Every once in a while, he used to do this. When he bring black women on, or women on, because he don't talk about women, he would ask them, what is the most wealthiest black man or man they've dealt with? And I swear to God, these motherfuckers never go past like 120,000 ever. And they always try to gas it up like it's bigger than what the fuck it is. But they ain't never dealt with a nigga that's like 200, 300. I'm talking about like a business dude. Because this idea, okay, yeah, it's rare a black man's gonna have a job that does that. But when it comes to like hustling, I'm not talking about selling dope, but I'm just talking about flipping real estate or something. There's black men that do that. Like I know plenty. Hell, I know black women that I know more than a few black women that throw down like 5 figures a month. Like, I ain't talking about just 10 or 20. So it's not rare. Like, it's rare, but it's not rare like that, especially when you're a vagina and you got dudes coming at you like that. The point is, you can tell they have never even been in the presence of a dude like this. So a lot of the shit they talking about is in theory, what they would do, attitude. And then usually the problem is they start fucking up shit because they think they can do the same thing to a dude like that they can do to these rinky-dink niggas economically they be fucking with, because they're looking at a dude for his looks. That's another thing too that fucks up a lot of black women. Like, for instance, I'm very clear. You see a Shawnee O'Neal. She probably looking at Shaq like, oh, he's not the best looking nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably where she got in her head that she could do better than him, because she probably could get a better looking nigga than him. I believe that. But you're not gonna get another nigga to make the kind of money he do. And if you do, and if you can, because some of them can, you're not gonna get a nigga that's gonna be loyal like that. Remember, Shaq was like cheaper to keep her. So Shaq was in that marriage. It was Shawnee that had to fuck that up. And so the reality is these women focus on dumb shit like Oh, I don't want him to cheat on me. Bitch, it's just pussy.
Well, you know what, Edward? This harks back to the video BGS
I'll
made.
say, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to say this one thing. What Bill Cosby's wife, would you think they would say she's a doormat? Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say that this harks back to the video BGS made. I want to say it was like last week or the week before, and he was talking about I guess the lack of wise old black women in the community.
Surprise! I'm like, really, nigga. I responded to that shit too. Go ahead.
But you know that's part of the reason why we see a lot of the behaviors and this twisted perception of what long-term relationships and marriages really should look like. And a lot of women have these unrealistic expectations of the men that they're with, and this is based on women putting nonsense in their head, talking about what they should and shouldn't accept from a man.
Super Triz, but hoes are winning though. Super Triz, hoes are winning.
Well, I mean, well, again, we got to look at some of the stuff, and, you know, and I keep saying this, and I know people know exactly what I'm talking about, but it just falls on deaf ears. Like, you have a lot of guys in these spaces, and it's not just on the black sector of YouTube, it's the white sector of YouTube, the Asian, Indian. You know, I check out a lot of sectors of YouTube, and I see what they're talking about. Some of the conversations that we're having here are conversations that are running congruent with conversations from other groups. So it's not just us talking about these things with our particular group of women. But what I find is that a lot of men in these spaces, you know, they act as though if they're quote unquote red pill, and they're not, because the behavior that they're exhibiting doesn't stay red pill. The fact that you have people on women on OnlyFans making the kind of money they make. I look on Instagram, I see the amount of followers these women have, the likes, I see these thirsty comments under their photos for women that do not respond back to them, women that do not follow them back. The actual the affection is not reciprocated. So I know for a fact that 99% of the men who claim to be a one way, they're actually not. They're not red pill.
They're like these Hotep motherfuckers where they use Hotep as a hustle. I believe Concrete got dudes in her DMs. I believe it because I know niggas. I know niggas.
Yeah, they're actually backdooring, because see, the thing about it is that at the end of the day, you know, people are going to do what's in their own best, or what they feel is in their own best interest. So, you know, when they're in the presence of other men, they'll kind of conform their behaviors to feel that brotherhood, but then they'll go and backdoor and undermine all the efforts of the men who actually operate on principle.
Let me interject in here for a quick second. Okay, so as we all know, monogamous marriage was instituted not for the benefit of women, but for the benefit of men, most notably kings. It was like, now this is the irony of it all. It's like monogamous marriage was instituted in terms of a state apparatus by kings. But when you look at polygamy was founded by women. And so what
yeah, and a lot
what these chicks don't they want to throw rocks and hide their hands, like they want to act
women, well, they're ignorant. The truth is, women know, wise women know that if you want to get a 10, a 7, 8, 9, or 10, you go have to share that motherfucker. You just are.
But that's what. Hold on, that's what I was saying in the chat. Like they're sitting up here acting like these are the same women that will go to R. Kelly concerts and throw panties on the stage, even while he was married. They go to rappers concerts, rappers who married, you know, throw panties on the stage, and I keep saying this over and over again. Like these women are being validated in ways that they don't even deserve, and yet they still complain. These women really don't want men to go back to the old ways of vetting women, because if we went back to the old ways of vetting women, there would be a whole bunch of women out here who are psycho. because they would not get any attention from men at all.
No, absolutely. And the thing is, with dudes like this, even to complain about marriage. Oh, but these dudes, first of all, dudes ain't even marrying y'all like that. So as far as I'm fucking concerned, yeah, I can give y'all the complain about dudes that are married. But outside of that, first of all, these dudes, y'all make it like these dudes are really out here hunting for pussy. When in actuality, a lot of these dudes are being searched out. If you put on a fucking, I could put on a ring right now and get more play than what I normally would. Like that's the
Edward, hold on. I used to be married, and I'm telling you, when I had that wedding ring on, it was a magnet for black females. Trust me.
Yeah, that never came up.
This was in Atlanta, Georgia. I promise you, it was a magnet. It was not a deterrent.
But look, and guess what? Aisha Curry is pissed off because it was a deterrent. Nigga, where were you? I needed you because they had talk about oh, well, you using Obsidian as a teammate. Shit. The Jay.
Hold on. She was being disingenuous. First of all, the reason why you tagged Obsidian in the first place was because this has been his talking point for so long.
Exactly. So Melon knows that. Melon knows that.
It was disingenuous. She knew that he was going to back up what you were saying, and she was trying to cut him off. That's what it was.
See, Shahrazad Ali didn't just talk about physically smacking a chick. Sometimes you got to verbally smack her ass too, especially in this environment where what the fuck? This nigga got crossed the fuck up like that. Especially in an environment where you know, if you put your hands on a chick, you can go to jail. So, you know, real talk, like the proper way to deal with that situation would be like, you know what, bitch, shut the fuck up, and not even say it being loud, and then just to kill the conversation verbally that way. But like I said, I didn't go there for all of that. But see, she does this like under the table slick crap.
Yeah.
And she knows what she does,
yeah,
and I know the type.
Slick.
No, it's not. I know the type, and the thing, and see what she doesn't understand is this is the type of stuff that Angry Man was talking about when he was making his complaints with Danielle and Concrete, and they make it obvious because it's like the fact that they don't respond and it's not that slick. That's what Mr. Research was trying to say. And then you like, and here's another thing I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna let y'all jump in. Danielle and Concrete don't understand that they enable that, and part of the sisterhood. Everybody in the sisterhood is not the worst of the worst. The sisterhood has levels to it, and you have what I did this. I covered this a long time ago. You have agitators, and then you have enablers.
Right.
And then agitators are the ones that do the shit. Enablers are the ones that enable the shit. Then you have folks that if they were in that same situation themselves, that they would do it. So they like defend it after the fact or the concept of it, and they do a lot of enabling of that. And at the end of the day, you know. But
then try to act like they didn't see it. That was my
they keep doing that. And the thing about it is,
you can tap Mr. Research on his hand, but then you don't say nothing to them. I'm like, nah, man.
And I kind of accepted that that's just how they gonna do this shit. If it really bothered me that much, I wouldn't go on there. So it's not to the point where I'm like, I ain't never saying shit. But don't think we don't see that they do it.
But see, the thing about it is that, Edward, the reason why like I used to go on women's channels a lot, and the reason why like you and I are able to do that because we understand who we're talking to. We're not talking to the women. See, a lot of guys go on these women's channels,
right?
And they'll actually be trying to talk to the women. It's like you're not gonna get through to the women. You should be trying to talk. Like when I'm on a women's panel, I'm actually talking to the men that's listening. And like I'm like and like what's the word I'm looking for? On a low. I'm really like saying to the men, now you see what I'm talking about? Look how they acting. Look at their responses. This is exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm not saying that, but this is like what the subliminal message is to the men that I'm actually talking to. And that's why this is like, it's like if you approach it from that situation, none of that shit frustrating because you know women, they're gonna try to cut you off and they're gonna try to say some slick shit and not give you opportunity to respond. You know, it's all good. We not talking to them. We know they're not gonna listen.
And it's not,
Rich
and to be
Wallow,
fair,
respect
and
goes
that's,
both ways though. Respect
yeah,
goes
and
both
I'm
ways.
and I'm not here saying that I'm getting on there not talking to good faith. We can talk in good faith and then talk for the audience at the same time because I'm on there talking to good faith. But at the end of the day, that's why I don't get bothered about what they do. Like Miss J, number one, Miss J don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
At
Number
all.
one. And really, she don't even got no
At all.
credibility to say shit. But she just she needs a friend. That's what that shit is. And I'm not even trying to play her,
Nah,
but
for real.
she gets into the situation where she kept on, when you say blue collar, what is blue collar? And I was really trying, like, I don't want to tell this bitch just shut the fuck up because they're gonna get mad, you know, because you know,
Miss
and,
J is a
but
feminist.
really, and that's why
I was hoping you told her that shit.
and that's why I was like, so you not gonna let me talk because you said what is wrong, it's wrong. And the thing about it is, everybody's heard with like Roger is from Chicago. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? Like, come on, man.
I don't look, Edward, I don't care what part of the United States a black man is from. We all have a universal tone in our eardrum.
We don't know what
we understand what disrespect is when we hear it. We know what that is. We know what that is. It's universal. And the thing about it is that if they're talking about if they're trying to enforce rules about being respectful, then that's the time to address women as well. They didn't address them women. They came on you. They came on Mr. Research, and they let them get a free pass. I mean, literally was acting like they was oblivious, like they didn't hear shit.
Like, well, you know,
everybody, time out. That's the sisterhood. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
can
I say something right quick?
honest, though, honestly, in this society, and the reason why I said it, because I just watched the video. In this society, women actually don't realize they're being disrespectful, and their actual perception of what disrespect is towards women is actually pretty warped. I just watched a video where this individual was at work and was basically telling this person to clock out and go home, and the person wouldn't leave. And the person, the manager, was really addressing this person, like, no, you need to clock out, you need to leave, you know, because whatever they were doing wrong at work, and so this guy swoops down with his cape, and the first thing he says, "Hey, that's a female," and it's like it wasn't anything physical.
All right, nigga, you fired too.
It wasn't.
Congratulations.
No. This was like a customer, right? And so it's like you can't even you got guys who feel as though if even a verbal exchange is threatening to a woman.
Yeah.
And so from that particular standpoint, like, women can actually do no wrong in a lot of people's eyes, including women and men.
Oh yeah,
So
and I
perception of what disrespect.
Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me at all?
my bad.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was making sure we know with this stream, y'all. You got to make sure sometimes you be here talking to yourself.
But who else? Who wanted to go next? No,
Yo, let me jump in here right quick if you don't mind. Yo, man,
let Roger go after him.
Yeah, right. I didn't catch that whole stream, but just the end of it, where she said that they weren't poverty shaming, was that not the most disingenuous shit? Like calling a nigga broke. I would have asked them, have any of you women ever called a nigga broke?
That's why I said, okay, queen, okay.
Is that not the most disingenuous bullshit? Like y'all make a whole Facebook post, whole songs about not wanting no broke nigga, about not wanting to date a dude who's not on your level. They have memes about how they won't pull a guy up if he's below them. And now they're gonna sit there and say they don't poverty shame. Get the entire fuck out of here.
Because I just want to get them on record and saying this shit. Look, y'all gotta see, a lot of dudes don't get that. Get them on record. Because then I'll be like, so why did you even say that shit? Well, I don't know. And in the context, so it's all good. That's how and I'm not trying to get them in trouble. I'm just trying to say that's how I see it. It gets to a point where I just let it go. Because I'm like, okay, as long as I just wanted to be clear that that's what you're saying. And that's what I said. And Ms. J was like, no. And yeah, Concrete agree with that shit. No, we don't do that. Or maybe they try to clean it up. But maybe the 92s. I said, no. It ain't just the 92s. It ain't just. I mean, BGS does this shit about Insecure. Talk about that very shit.
But what they miss about that whole BGS octane thing is the BGS just refers the 92, the 85. It just refers to what type of class level those women are at and what they particularly look for in their men, as far as character and income is concerned. It has nothing.
Fuck, I'm tired of that character shit. That shit's a lie. But go ahead.
But when I say character, I don't mean as far as good character qualities. I'm talking about swag or
I'll tell people this.
How much money he got?
What character you look for in a man, and you ain't in loyalty? We gonna assume loyalty, other than loyalty. Well, I need him to be a good provider. No, he got bad character and be a provider.
What they mean by character?
He got bad. He can be a protector and be a bad character. So that's the only thing they gonna say is loyalty.
No, what they mean by character is like, does he like to party? That'd be is he a party type, or does he, is he a
yeah? But
like,
finish
that type of
Archer, and then I'll get.
No, I'm done.
Roger. Yeah, Roger.
Well, I just want to say real quick. I think the issue with the actual Octane series is that a lot of people hear the Octane series and they take it personal, but in actuality, he's just describing a certain attributes and characteristics of these women and these men in these particular categories that's not reflective of what they actually deserve. Just because a woman is a 92 octane and maybe she has access to certain type of guys doesn't necessarily mean that she will have good outcomes based on her choices. Doesn't mean that she's actually obligated or that doesn't mean that she's actually entitled to a man that's whatever octane. Maybe she's 92 and she feel like she's obligated or entitled to a 100 octane or a 92 octane bare minimum guy. That just means that a lot of these women won't even look at guys who don't fit their actual criteria. And for a lot of guys, that's upsetting to hear that. But this is just a reality. This is just observations. And and a lot of that stuff I do actually co-sign. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with with the actual reality of it. But the reality is the reality. Now, as men, you have a choice to actually play into it or not. A lot of this stuff is based on, again, you have men circumventing the system, backdooring and doing the things that they said that they wouldn't do, and actually reinforcing these women's decisions. These women are actually making these decisions because men enable them. We got to kind of look at some of the stuff that we do as men.
No, absolutely.
That they create, they reinforce it. That the very men that they claim they hate, they reproduce. That reinforces the BS.
Yeah,
that's what happens. Because they're conditioning these men's mind to play and feel that role when they get older. That's what they're doing. And then they're trying to act like, well, we don't know why these men are acting this way. We don't understand why they're not stepping up to the plate. Damn well why they not stepping up.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Real quick.
Time out. Loyal niggas don't get pussy. Cheaters do. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick. Like we need to have a challenge. We need to have a challenge, right? Kevin Samuels put. I don't know if it was Kevin Samuels. I think it was called a Show Your Work Challenge. Somebody put that challenge out, right? They need to have a Show Your Baby Daddy challenge. Because see, we got to start looking at the whole facts.
Oh, that
we got to start looking at your actual employment history and see what type of niggas you actually deal with. Because a lot of the stuff that these women say is like, okay, wait a minute. What you saying is all cap. I need to see the nigga you actually had a baby by, and then I'll know to take the shit you say with a grain of salt.
Oh, well, we wouldn't have a conversation at that point, because then it would be, the conversation, the person that said it the most full of shit, I got to give her credit for this, is Rashida Schroeder. When Rashida Schroeder said, oh, all these niggas be, I said, so Rashida, you were telling me that these motherfuckers will have, you'll get pregnant, dude get pregnant, or the woman get pregnant, and then the dude will be cool with the baby. But then, like on some marriage fear shit where he leaves at the last minute, these niggas will just get ghosted at the last minute and change up right before that baby's about to get born. Is that what you saying black men do? She said, yes. And that is what most black women think. And I give her credit for saying it. They really believe that shit.
Well, they gonna hold on to any narrative that help them. And shout out to you, Super Trez, for saying that, because I literally on my list of shows, I got a show coming up called Your Baby Daddy Is Your Resume. You know what I'm saying? Because women talk about all this stuff about what they want, and then you see who on that resume, That nigga ain't know what nigga stuff you telling me about. So why I got to do all this if he did? So I don't even hear what you're talking about. My thing is, black men, we got to get to the point that we got to stop taking them seriously. Me, I say, I recommend black men take that emotion called sympathy, put it to the back of your mind, and just stop using it for now. There is none for you, so it should be easy for you not to give in to anybody else.
Stop looking at these kids like they're your mama.
No, I'm saying you. I'm not saying you can't empathize with a person who actually goes through something that wasn't their choice. I can empathize with you using a car accident. Man, you got hurt. I understand. I get that. But all this, you niggas ain't enough. You niggas didn't do this, and I see the nigga you messing with. Now, I ain't got no sympathy for you. I don't care that your life is in shambles because it's supposed to be. According to my calculation, 2 plus 2 will always be 4.
I needed your ass on there, yo, to get that shit. Hey, I didn't need nobody. People like,
that's
we
why
need a friend.
That's why I asked the question
Owning a
about the baby
friend.
daddies.
Owning a friend with a city. And I'm like,
you know what?
That's why I asked the question about the baby daddies, man. That's why I asked it, and they did not touch the question. Because
of course they don't touch nothing like that.
No, they try to make that like, well, we're not going to talk about personal things about people on the panel. And I'm like, okay. I mean, like, my thing is, I ain't got no problem going there, but I wasn't going to go there because I'm not here to go there. My thing is, they want to get mad again. My thing is, it's very well known what Mella's on. Everybody knows what the fuck Mella's on. Mella try to act like she want to act like she's submissive, but she's actually one of the prototype gynocracy chicks. The ones that just knew how to operate that way in a marriage. Then you had women that were married, but they was in this.
Whoa, Edward, slow down, bro. Mella is in rebellion to her husband right now. They separated.
Oh well,
you can't tell me about marriage if you separated. You see what I'm saying? Because you're literally in rebellion to the guy that you said was all that. The guy that you accepted.
And what she tries to do, is she tries to lean on her dad. And then try to act like, oh, every man needs to meet the standard of your father. That's the thing she tries to hide behind because she can. Because a lot of these young chicks can't even do that. But the reality of the situation is, at the end of the day, you still said yes. But I ain't even talking about her marriage. I'm just talking about in general. The way she responds to other men, the way she responds to other men is that, well, you ain't my daddy, so there. And I'm like, I don't have to be your fucking daddy. Like, I don't have to be your dad.
I ain't got no respect for no chick who's still married and get online and talk about her husband she's still married to. Girl, go deal with your issues at home. Go deal with that shit first. Don't come on the damn internet talking about that bullshit.
Same shit Rashida Schroeder did. Right. And you see how they act, and you really think this. I'm surprised the nigga lasted as long as he did. He needs he needs a surviving this person documentary.
Well, I'm trying to get some stuff out there that men should pick up. And one thing about picking up, if a woman is in rebellion to her man, she don't have no leg to stand on. Meaning, if you're married and you're separated, you can't tell me nothing because you're in rebellion to the man you're assigned to right now.
Well, rebellion.
Okay, if you got a baby, no. But my thing is, we need to call it what it is. You have a baby daddy. So what does that tell me about you? You're in rebellion to the man that you chose to have a child with. Can you give a man a bigger gift than the child? So if you don't even take having a family seriously, how can you tell me about them?
Well, you know how they gonna respond to that. They are gonna respond to what that nigga did, and niggas ain't shit. And my response to that is, then you should have got you a white. Then you should have got a white man.
No, my point is, I don't even want to hear you telling me a bunch of negative stuff about the man you pick.
This nigga did it like probably Mella's husband cheated. That's her. That's always gonna be her. Girl. This nigga cheated.
Okay,
because that's
so why you pick?
Oh, bitch,
bro. My thing is, if you pick, this is what I'm saying. If you pick the cheater, more than likely you like a cheater. That's all they come down to.
Oh, we can't say that.
People take my thing is we need to be saying this. This is the type of stuff I'm trying to say.
And that's why
but y'all gotta understand the why though. Okay, so hold on. I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship with a chick years ago. And I said this to her. I said, I know exactly what y'all do now. I said it's crystal clear. I said, y'all are actually purposely picking bad men. I said y'all are actually purposely picking bad men. I said
You're
because
sexually attracted to bad men.
hold on, it's beyond that though.
Call it
No,
vaginal.
it's not.
Yeah, hold on, it's
I
beyond
call
that
it
because
vaginal position.
they get a twofer. They get to get the pleasure that they want from that man. But then when it's
And
time
tell
for
they
that,
girls
you
how
know, when,
you fucked
when
up.
it's time for that man to really step up and be a man and he doesn't, they get to walk away and shake their hand and say he did me wrong. So they get to walk away the victim of a dude they already knew wasn't hitting on shit. So they get the pleasure of it,
Fellas,
and
if you
they get
want
to
more
shirk the
pussy,
accountability of it.
dudes, pump and dump dudes get more pussy than loyal niggas. Tell me I'm wrong.
Of course. No,
Okay,
I mean
but-
at the end of,
okay,
at
but-
the end of the day, you deal with one
They
chick.
win, but they win on both sides. They get the pleasure without the responsibility.
You know how women love saying hoes are winning, but they don't they don't want to say fuck niggas are winning.
Yeah, but see, my thing is, we get at some point we got to start saying that because they are like that, because they do pick these losers on purpose. Because you
Yes.
got to go through a lot of trouble to hit the bottom 15% on a regular basis. That's an effort. For me to hit the bottom 15% of anything, that's a record. If you put balls in a barrel and I'm shooting and I can hit the bottom 15%,
You gotta try
I'm a
to get
skilled
it F.
shooter.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm a skilled shooter at that point. So if women are steady getting these bottom 15% guys, they complain about having all these kids and these dudes don't want to be there, they cheaters and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, I got to accept that's what you like. You picked the loser because you wanted to be the man of the relationship. You wanted to be the head.
Right.
You thought because you made some money and he didn't, that you was
Hold
gonna
on,
be the head.
hold on.
So
Roger, I'm a prove.
go ahead.
Hold on, I'm gonna confirm what you just said. Make sure y'all listen to what Roger just said. Okay, so I was reading this book on body language, and it was talking about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, and it talked about now if you seen if any of y'all seen Dinesh D'Souza's Hillary Clinton's America, he breaks down specifically why Hillary Clinton chose Bill Clinton. She specifically chose him because she knew he was a player. She knew he had that charisma that could get women basically on his side, basically, you know, as far as voting and stuff like that, from a political sense. Now, in the body language book, it talked about like there's a way that even when you're holding hands, based on the way you hold hands with a mate, it determines who is the leader in the relationship.
About that with Sierra and Russell versus
Yes.
Sierra and Future.
And so when they were talking about Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, they were talking about when they were leaving office and they was walking off, and they said based on the way Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton was holding hands, they said Hillary Clinton was the one leading the relationship. They know, man. They know, man. They know. They're not.
But my
my
let me say one small thing. Let me get one sentence in there. I just want us to start saying what it is. You want to be the man of the relationship.
Right. Yep.
Take the sexuality part from, take the feminine part from, because they're not giving it to us. So let's call them what they're being. You're trying to be the man of the relationship.
They don't want to own, and that's why I brought up that.
Make them own it. Go ahead.
No, that's why I brought up, because see, some of y'all are newer here. That's why I brought that bullshit up. And shout out, Ramil be coming up in a second. But this bullshit. That's why I brought this bullshit up, because these women are all a result of that bullshit. And these women had every opportunity to basically get and win. And by the way, there's women. There are like, for instance, the woman that played Misty Knight is in a happy relationship. You know, the one black woman that plays the chick on the new Star Trek Discovery show is in a happy with a black dude. So this idea that, so I can show the opposite, but at the end of the day, it's very clear what they're dealing with, and they want to have this plausible deniability. And it's funny how they just say it, and it's like,
no. Right. Hold on, Edward. Hold on. You gotta, and this is for all you dudes. You gotta know how to ask questions that are not as direct as you want them to be, but are revealing. You basically gotta trick the chick into a lot of times asking her a question and she answers and not knowing what she is really saying, because she's revealing information to you. Now, I said this to a chick years ago on Facebook. I was talking about dysfunctional dudes, and she said, "You know what? You're absolutely right. Yeah, blah 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 blah." She said, but why it seem like they the ones that have the best dick though?
Yeah, women say that openly all the time. And with that being said, I think you in the expert, the subject matter expert on pump and dumping. Although I'm sure Super Chris can give him a run for his money, he just on the low with it. Ramil, what's up, Ramil? First time on the channel.
Nah, I've been on here like a couple times, I believe, man. I don't think it's my first time. Not on your channel, man.
Oh, my bad. This has been the first time I be getting heavy hitters, man. I should have turned the damn super chat on and used super chat magnet, but what up?
What's going on? Thanks for having me, man. I just want to just touch on the subject, man. And it's interesting conversation, as always. And I mean, my question is, if we know how these females act, if we know that they're pursuing men for short-term thinking, why don't we just adapt and just give them what they want and leave, and then after we bust that nut, be gone. I mean, pump and dump life is the solution to these problems you got to talking about.
Well, here's the thing. So here's the topic as far as what the topic got into as far as what you're talking about. When I was on the panel with Concrete and them, talking to, I know you'll be like talking bitches. That's your problem, but yeah,
it's all, I look, it is what it is.
They got upset about this idea when I said, because I brought up Tiny and T.I. and they wanted to say Tiny was a doormat. I said, at the end of the day, Tiny's doing better than y'all. And at the end of the day, you all want to get a high level dude, but y'all expect these dudes, like y'all really get so emotionally out of sorts about cheating, when in reality of the situation, Black women have adopted a culture of basically home wrecking and sharing men. And that's what I want you to jump in on, because that little fucking dichotomy gets on my nerves. It's like, stop, take the fucking ego out of it. If the dude got a good enough dick, you have no problem with him fucking other. Stop acting like you really don't think that shit's going on.
Well, I mean, they do share men. I mean, they share a certain type of guy. So my thing, here's the mindset I adopt: self-improvement. Try to become the best guy you can physically and mentally, so that you can become that guy that they are attracted to, so that you can get those same benefits and you can, be one of the guys that they're sharing. I mean, because it's not going to change. They don't understand long-term thinking. They never will. They're not. The family structure is gone. These females are never going to act right. So just adapt to the system and just play them like they playing the game. I mean, they're going to share men. Be one of the men that they're sharing. That's how I look at it. Because you can argue with them, but they're not going to admit. Somebody just said it. Somebody who just said that. The fact that one of those girls just said the fucked up dudes had the best dick. That's just I've heard that before. But that's how they think, man. So it's just like, they're chasing after dick. So just be the dick that they're chasing after, and that be that, man. Because if you're looking for the females to come back to how they were, that shit is gone.
But that's what I was saying on in the comment section, like they didn't even. I mean, how you going to be sitting here talking about the family and this and that and the fourth, but you're not.
They don't care about family.
They're not even indicative. They're not even showing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when BGS was pinning down Concrete Rose on the women's channel about her friend that basically
finesse the nigga.
Hoodwink the nigga.
Breakup
baby. She really didn't want to believe that her friend tricked this nigga. Like, she really.
Oh, that's all I need to know about Concrete. When I heard that shit, I was like, okay,
bro, I knew it, bro. I was like, I was saying that stuff on Obsidian channel, man. I was like, man, she disingenuous, bro. She know what it is. She just don't want to admit publicly that this is how Black women operate, because if she does, it's going to be a domino effect. She don't want to come clean like that.
And before Super Trish jumps in,
don't want to come clean.
And before Super Trish jumps in, that's another thing when Danielle said on BGS for Women too about stop giving away our secrets. See, men, we come on here putting all cards on the table. We not out here trying to hide. Because here's the thing: if we gonna lie, we just gonna. If there's no direct benefit for us lying, we're not gonna lie just for the fucking sake of lying and shooting the shit. Because it ain't no point. It ain't no direct benefit. So when we come on here, and this is what Mr. Research talk about too, we come on here in good faith, and all of them, for the most part, come in here trying to protect the narrative. Go ahead, Super Trish.
I just want to shout out to you, Ramil. I just want to holler at you for a second because I got a specific issue about what you just said, and the issue is that we got to look at the fact that a lot of these men that are interfacing with these women or desiring to interface with the women are actually looking for a relationship. So for them to actually, personify that idealistic man that women just want to have a sexual encounter with, that doesn't work for them because they're looking for something more. And what happens is that once they become the guy that the women wants, then they're actually pursuing a woman that's not really worthy of their pursuits for what their actual objective is. Like if they actually changed their mentality and said, okay, now that I'm what these women want, I'm just gonna pump and dump, that'd be a different story. But these guys become what the women want in a manner of speaking, but then still have that objective of securing a woman for a long-term relationship. And they haven't actually changed the type of stock that they're pursuing. And that's what the problem is. That's why you got men who actually have value, have substance, that get caught up because they're unable to differentiate between what's a quality woman. And I look at it like a credit card. Like if you apply for a credit card with zero credit, they're only going to give you a limited credit limit. They're only going to allow you to get so far into debt before they cut you off. And so a lot of these guys get into situations where it's like, okay, well, you haven't properly vetted this woman yet. Give her a little bit of credit first. Don't just give her that. Don't give her that $25,000, $50,000 credit limit because she's gonna run it up. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you give.
All right. Well, okay. I'm thinking like, okay, so in 2020, why men still like kind of looking for something that these females don't even want? I mean, like the data's out there. Females get bored of their long-term partners.
Nigga,
first.
I want to be held, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's how these niggas be. Anyway, go ahead, man.
But the data's out there. Females get bored of their.
They do. They get bored as fuck.
Yeah, they get bored quickly.
You could be a rich nigga. Like, look at all these athletes.
They get bored of all guys, to be fair.
Look at all these athletes when they retire.
They have short attention spans, man.
So my question is, as black men, when are we gonna adapt? You know what I mean? Because
Ramil, you keep borging, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see was that him or me, but
a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ramil,
you kind of borging out.
Keep borging, man.
Yeah. Well, he's making
black
making
women
a point,
tired
though,
of hearing you, man.
Well, my thing is like, as I say, black women just aren't good people. And my thing is, if men just don't go ahead and accept that they're not good people, we're going to continue to make bad decisions. We make decisions because we want to look at them in a certain way, and we're moving on how we want them to be instead of how they are. Point blank, period. If I meet a good woman, usually she's married. You know what I'm saying? And I don't meet a bunch of them. You feel me? I would guesstimate maybe about 20% of them are good, but the 80, you know what I'm saying, they basically at some level of trash. But we as men won't call them out on. We won't tell them to their face that they trash. You know what I'm saying? We just won't do it. And as long as we won't do it, and I know this because, like I've said on a couple different shows, once I noticed that black men, I mean, screw all other men, but when it comes to us, we don't break up with our women. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of guys, they never break up with a woman. If a woman is always breaking up, a woman is being communicated, regardless of what you're trying to tell her, you're communicating to her that she does not need to improve before she moves on to the next relationship.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So we're not telling them to be better. We're not setting real standards. We're talking, but
black men don't believe in throwing pussy away. Pussy, like and black men got a problem with that. This goes back to standards as far as shit. You got fat bitches, you got Lizzo looking bitches that's talking shit now. It used to be it was a privilege for them to even get the opportunity to suck dick. Now that's why they usually would notice to be so good at it. Yeah. Now they looking at you like they running you because it's too many niggas. But see, I've talked about that as well.
But see, my thing is we shouldn't lie to them.
Here's the thing, like
hold on, let Roger go. Let Roger go.
And then Ramil, Ramil, Pridge, you got it after that.
I'm gonna make it super quick then. my thing is we shouldn't lie to them and mislead them and all that type of stuff. I personally would never
Why
cheat on
not?
a woman. Why? Because I'm a grown man.
You just said they're not
Hold
good
on,
people.
I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't cheat, bro. I'm a grown man. I don't need to cheat. I'm gonna tell her what it is. She's gonna accept it or reject it. Point blank. I don't need to play no game with her.
Well,
If
Ramil,
we can't
Ramil, you're being honest when you pump and dump.
Yeah, but
Well-
my point is, if we can't be honest in the fact that you're not good enough for me to be in a relationship with, they're gonna stay like they are. I'm saying it point blank. Period. I'll have sex with you. Will I have a relationship with you? No, you're not worthy of a relationship. So as long as you want to keep giving me sex and there will be no relationship attached, we can keep messing with each other. But the day that's a problem, that's the day you done. That's simple.
Super Triz.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. That's exactly what I mean when I say credit. Like, and it's okay for me. Like, a lot of women are like on an internship basis. Like, you're not getting paid. Like, I'm calling you, I'm texting you. It's probably gonna be sometime after 10 p.m. And you may be in an internship, a 10 o'clock and later internship for an entire year. And you may never experience the actual benefits of relationship. There may be no going out during the day.
These motherfuckers think they going in a relationship like a fucking executive getting poached from another company. But go ahead.
I got a chick that I'm talking to right now, and I guarantee you, a lot of these cats would been done. Like, the first thing they gonna come at her with is, "Yo, can I take you out to dinner? Can I do this and that?" The third from you, from Jump Street. It was,
they breaking the wall to simp.
And it's like
They pulling out that simp credit card.
It's not about what she looks like, because this chick looks good, but she still has to go through my internship program, right?
Yeah.
She got to go through the internship program. Like, she got to prove herself first. Like, and it's okay to keep somebody in the internship program, fellas. It's okay. You don't have to progress to a relationship. And if you are in a relationship, you don't have to progress to marriage. Like, guys think that you have to naturally progress a relationship, or the relationship is not really worthy of anything. It's not worth. It's not actual progressing. That's part of just enjoy the situation that you're in. And see, a lot of guys automatically jump towards talk of relationship and all this other nonsense, and this woman hasn't even really been vetted yet.
Well, that's why I say we have to give a better communication to them. To me, I've never had a problem having a girlfriend. I've never took marriage off the table, any of that stuff. The issue I have is when I come across women they're not worthy of. I give it to you if I thought you was good enough for it, but I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that you're good enough for a relationship when I clearly see that you're not. The only thing you're good enough for is sex. And
let me say something right quick. The reason why most men don't vet black women is because most men don't feel as if the black women need to be vetted, because we have been taught that black women are perfect. It's the niggas that's the problem. So niggas enter relationships vetting themselves to the women, telling the women all of their qualifiers, telling the women everything they will and won't do. They enter the relationship trying to prove themselves because since they were a child. And I was like that growing up, where before I even got in my first relationship when I was 18, I thought as long as I didn't do nothing wrong, the relationship was going to go great. Happy family and shit, Boy, was I in for a fucking surprise, So both black men go into this shit thinking that, it's only the niggas, because we see it everywhere as children. Only the niggas fuck up. We see the women complaining. We don't hear the men complaining. So we automatically assume she don't got to vet herself because she's perfect. She's sugar and spice and everything nice. There's nothing really to worry about. I'm going to be good as long as I don't fuck shit up.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from, and my thing is that's the biggest lie I ever told, just about. And I've never seen it that way. I knew when I was 13 years old that women generally had a problem. When it comes to sisters, they were off. I saw it at 13 years old.
Yep, same here, Roger.
And
I saw the same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all of us see it at different ages. I had to actually experience before I saw it. So kudos to you.
No, I'm saying, well, yeah. Some people see it at different stages than others. But my thing is, if we get with them as a group of men, we get with them. We have actual relationships. We call this my baby, this my sweetie, and all that. And we're afraid to tell them you're not good enough to be my woman. And my thing is, if the majority of men won't say you're not good enough to be my woman, how on earth are they supposed to even think that maybe I should change my behavior at least a little bit. There's no way to come to that conclusion. There's just no way. Because if I get everything I want without, if my job keeps paying me, you know what I'm saying? I use this example plenty of times. If you got a job and you show up every 2 weeks and they tell you, look, bro, it was a problem with your check. We're going to get it solved next time. Then 2 weeks later, you come back. Well, you know what? We never did get that handled. We're going to get it for you next time, though. Then you come back the third time. It's 6 weeks done went by. Man, you know what? I just talked to my manager. They going to get to it, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? If you keep coming, they'll keep taking your work. And if you never get that paycheck, it's just about when you're going to stop coming. And that's where we're at. We're steady coming because when we offer them exclusivity, which is important to them, we're giving them what they want without requiring anything for it. They want exclusivity, but they're not willing to give you anything for exclusivity. I'm not giving you mine unless I'm getting something worth it, period. And we ain't taking that attitude.
Right.
But the crazy thing is that, you know, they want exclusivity, but they would never give you exclusivity. They're always going to be looking for the better option.
Right.
Always. So
but we accept it. Yes, true.
Well, here's the thing, though. Even if the woman gives you exclusivity is not a metric for you as a man. You should never be offering exclusivity to a woman.
No.
The only man that should be offering exclusivity to a woman is a lesser man. Period.
Yeah. I will even go further than that. I say you should cheat on a woman as a shit test. I say cheating on a woman should be one of your first shit.
No.
She real down with you.
No. It shouldn't be cheating. It should be an understanding right off top. Like, I'm a high value man, right? And let's be clear, I pay more in taxes than a lot of niggas make a year. I'm just keeping it 100. So it's no reason why a woman should ever expect me to just be with her. I don't care what she looks like.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the woman that I was with for 8 years, I told her that from day one. And she thought that she could do X, Y, and Z and just be the best woman she could. And she could somehow change that in me. And I told her from day one. And at some point, she realized that this is never going to change. And she had to just accept it.
But you got to realize one thing. It's not even the cheating they got a problem with. They don't really mind if you cheat. It's other people finding out that you cheated on them. They have a problem with the ego thing. And that's where it comes to back the Concrete Rose conversation and what happened on that panel. They would do anything in the world to protect their image. They will lose as long as they have a good image with a losing record. That's all they care about is their image over everything.
It's about controlling your happiness too, though. Because when a woman knows there's another woman that's lurking or could be in your cipher, she knows that there's potential competition there, and so she can't take that same raggedy ass attitude with you that she would normally take, because she knows there's an opportunity for you to jump over there with that other chick and still be happy, and she be over there miserable as hell. So I've been saying this for years, that it's not the issue of you cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a chick goes through your phone and goes through your emails and shit like that. I mean, I've had chicks put snooping software on my computer. I mean, so they're already saying that you're that dude like that. So they got to make the decision. Okay, I'm with this dude. I know he can get bitches and stuff like that. He that dude, but can I deal with that? See, what they want you to take away they want you to literally give your power away. And that's not what you should do. Like, you should never say like, oh, I'm just going to be with just one chick. Like, you should never say that shit. I mean, I've told chicks in their face, like, you think I'm just going to be with one chick? You really believe that? Because I said to him, like, you really can't be that silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, they will look. They got a lot of what they think is power through feminism. Are they giving that power up? Fuck no. So why should you? Why should you?
But you know what the problem is? A lot of guys actually listen when women are talking. This is the big problem. Men listen when women talking, and so when they hear women say certain things like, oh, well, this guy is bad because he cheated on me. I'm just looking for a guy that's faithful and loyal, blah, blah, blah. Men actually believe that if they use that as a selling point, loyalty and faithfulness, they try to use that as a selling point and think that will somehow entice a woman that's not interested in them at all anyway. That's the problem. Like, men have to stop listening to women. Like,
I would say
we gotta
even if
check
she's
on
interested,
egos.
real quick. This is what I want guys to do, right? Because this pandemic, and Edward, you made that video. Thank God for the coronavirus. This pandemic has really reinforced a lot of the things that I've said in the past, right? And one of the things I've said is that women have little residual value outside of sex. Most women, they really do.
yeah.
Right?
I'm right there with you,
And
bro.
so-
I've been saying the same thing.
And so what I want some of you guys to do is like there's a couple of sites. Tagged is one of them. POF is another one. They all use the same live stream server. There's like this live stream service that they use. And so when you POF, you go on their live stream, they have this kind of like almost like an Instagram type live feature, but it's a shared platform. So multiple websites use this same actual live stream software. So no matter what site you're on, you actually be able to interface with everybody that uses whatever site they use, because it's the same platform, right? And so you go on these sites and these women that be on live, right? And if you just go through the live, don't even say that, just go through the live and just look at the conversations that's going on. Or lack thereof.
But
Right? Total nonsense. 99% of the time, the woman just has a bunch of music playing in the background, and they just look in the camera, looking.
and they smoking a blunt.
Yeah, it's just for attention. It's just for
Here's the thing, man. I know what you're talking about with that live
with
with that live feature, and this is why I officially stopped using those two sites right there, because that live feature, what it's doing now, you're not gonna get no hold off of that because they already getting attention through the live now, and
all the attention they need.
and niggas already sucking their toes through the lives and give them all the attention. And so the little maybe if you trying to fuck some hoes and the little that you can pull off tag and POF, now that's about to go away because they can just go live and get the attention that they want, and that's why that shit is.
Yo, that's the first thing I thought when I saw that shit too. Like, this has killed all of the POF game because
it's about to kill it.
It just killed it. Yeah, it don't exist no more.
And now, if you want to,
they trash anyway.
They are trash.
Maybe they're good for pump and dump, so whatever, you know.
Yeah. But let me say, because I'm finna bail out, y'all. I'm finna bail out. So let me get this in real quick. As a person who's never tripped about marriage, I would be with one woman exclusively, because I do know more women is usually more headaches at the end of the day. So if I had the right woman, I get married. I have no issue with that at all. My thing is
legal state changing marriage.
I wouldn't even trip about that, because my thing is marriage ain't never been a problem. It's been the women. It's been the women that me and are marrying that's the problem. If it ain't, no. Listen what I'm saying, bro.
Stepped in some shit.
Listen what I'm saying. If it ain't death do you part, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if I get married, one of us will die.
Either you right or you wrong at the same time.
Bro, how are you talking?
One of us gonna die.
How you talking about marriage in 2020, bro?
I'm not.
He got the right mindset though. One of us will die. That's the right mindset.
No, what I'm saying though, legitimately, I'm saying I would do it if I could find that type of woman. I'm 42 years old. I still ain't met her. You see what I'm saying? I'm dealing with 3 different women right now on a more regular basis, because I ain't met nobody that's telling me, you need to leave everybody else alone and just talk to her. So my thing is, if I actually were to meet somebody who behaved that way, I consider it. But at the end of the day, I'm 42 years old. What's the chances of me meeting a woman that's gonna be good enough for me that I can go off and have a family with and ride into the sunset? Like, what's the chances of that?
Yeah.
My thing is,
it's actually higher at 42.
I want to let you in a little secret, right? There are millions of good women just like you're looking for, but here's the catch: the woman you marry is not going to be the woman you divorce. So I don't care how good she is. I don't care how good she is.
That's true as
when it's
fuck.
time for that divorce, guess what? You're going to see exactly what I talk about when I say female nature. I know in MOT,
Hey.
me and MOT always clash on this because MOT doesn't believe in female nature.
Ain't
But
no
I do.
divorce, it's just death. I feel what you're saying.
What if she wants to leave you? What if she wants to leave?
You got any kids?
Ramil,
You got any
all
kids?
I can say on
You got any-
all I can say is there is no divorce. There's just death. That's all I can tell you,
Hey
bro.
man, hey, no, for real, though, fuck that
Y'all
bullshit.
wanna
Fuck
hear
that,
what
fuck
he's
that.
saying,
Bro,
man.
you have any kids? Do you have any kids?
No.
This is some real shit. You don't have kids, and you never see you don't see a woman switch up. So you see a woman switch up before and after she has that baby.
I've seen you switch up. That's why I don't have kids.
I swear to God, I had 2 baby mamas. They were 2 different people before and after the baby. Before the baby, I'll be ready to break up with their ass and walk out the door and they'd be begging, "Don't leave me. I love you. I need you." But after that baby, the moment I'm ready to walk out the door, it's like, "Bye, nigga. I don't
The
need
bag
your ass."
secured.
That's
No,
secure.
exactly.
It changes everything.
No, and that's why my whole
Because the
stance is,
environment allows them. It's the environment, man.
and that's why my stance is, if you ain't trust her enough to marry her, why would you give her a kid?
It's the environment.
Well, here's the thing, man. You talking about, but like they just say you're not going to divorce the same woman you marry. So my thing is, this is why I say you can never ever truly vet a female. You can't, because they live based on emotions and they can switch on anytime. The good actresses, once they get that money, they switch up. You can't really truly vet a woman. You can't, because they would be a whole different person a year from when you met them. Like literally, they'll be a whole different person.
I get where all y'all coming from, but I come from a big family. We have a lot of successful marriages. There's been some divorces and all that. I didn't see the dynamic on both sides of the fence. At the end of the day, I only look for what I see in people who still married for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It's been people in my memory. If they were not married before I was born, in my memory, they've been married my whole life. You see what I'm saying? That's all I can remember as married couple. There's a certain dynamic there that I see that the average woman just doesn't have. So if you don't have that, I wouldn't even bring that up to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, realistically, the average woman I meet, I'm never going to even speak about marriage to.
Well, I'm gonna practice my line. I'm gonna go in the mirror right now and practice that bitch. Didn't I say the death do us part line?
That nigga Roger said, "Ain't no divorce, dog. I ain't even gonna go into that."
Yeah, that's a whole different world. Yeah, with me, it's death do you part. That's the agreement you're actually signing up for. Death do you part. If you, my thing is, you gonna fulfill this agreement.
Give her that crazy look, bitch. Didn't I say death do us part? One of us gonna die.
If this ain't worth your life, you don't need to be in
it, right? but see, you can get a woman that won't necessarily file for divorce, but she gonna put you through so much hell, you gonna want to file for divorce.
Oh, that one right there.
You know what?
I know cats. Like matter of fact, I know a cat, right? Military cat, right? He got out the military because he had like a service related disability. He got caught in an explosion, right? And he wasn't really injured, but he gamed the system a little bit, so he got his full service connection. So he was getting like $50,000 a year just off of disability, right? Plus he had his little side hustle, so he's making about 6 figures when you combine those two together. So and a chick he was with, he had been with her for a while. She had to worry about nothing. He had the house, you know what I'm saying? He had the cars. He bought her a car. He took care of her, and it's like they had a kid together. But this chick was fucking. This chick tried to holler at me.
Damn.
And it's like, and he was trying to do everything right, and it was like she was never gonna leave him because she had it good. This cat, this cat, she didn't have to work. She worked a little part-time job here and there, but she really didn't have to work. So then, what are you gonna do in a situation like that?
You apply pressure.
What pressure?
Hey,
what you gotta do.
If he gotta do, bro.
Well, what you gotta do is okay. This is the first of all, I can say this with a grain of salt because motherfuckers will be thinking with their emotions. But the way you do that is you basically get you a private investigator. You let her cheat multiple times, and then you make sure you start moving your finances where you need to be. And when you get her ass, you get her ass. Basically, you make sure you drop her ass off. You the shit that you.
No more.
Huh?
It's not gonna work no more. You have number one, you have no fault divorce, and number two, you have a forensic accountant. I know a forensic accountant right now.
Well, I mean, that's not what they think about it.
That's the problem that a lot of black men don't understand. When you talk about asset protection, this is game that black men need to start learning. Here's the thing. Wealthy people are not going to institute any fucking laws that's going to be a threat to them keeping their money.
True.
They're
Yeah,
not.
and I'm not talking about hiding.
Let me say this. So what y'all need to understand is that there are financial tools out here that help you protect your assets. It's the problem is black people don't use it for years, for decades. This is how black people lost property. Black people used to have billions of acres of property in the United States, but a lot of them, they did not. They had wills, and then they would leave a house and land to 5 different people, and they fight over it and stuff like that. And so, but they don't use things like trust, things like setting up things like life insurance policies, things like that. They don't. Black men need to start utilizing.
Yeah, but even outside of that, like you're absolutely right, and that's part of being prepared, like moving your money in the right place.
Right.
But Super Trades is right about the forensic accounting too, but that's not what I'm not talking about. Hide the money, and the biggest part of what I just said, because here's the thing: what most black men don't do is most black men don't go first. They don't actually divorce. What they do is they do the Scottie Pippen plan. They let the bitch come back, and then the bitch do it. And a lot of dudes do that shit because they on that Shaq cheaper to keep her shit, which that worked well. At the end of the day, if she don't want to stay, it all ain't you act like it's your choice whether she stay, and that's the part divorce stuff. Hold on. But the most important part of what I just said is actually private eye and getting on record. This bitch cheated over and over and over. I did all this, she did this, because at the end of the day, if you got a lawyer. Because that's another thing. It ain't about you. You got a good divorce lawyer. They gonna make it so you get what the fuck you need to get. And yeah, you may have to take a hit. Of course you'll take a hit. But you're not gonna take no half and no real serious bullshit like that. Because at the end of the day, she's the one that fucked up the marriage and you went first. Actually, if you don't do none of this shit I just said, if you go first and divorce it with a lawyer, that'll probably put you in the best position. But niggas don't do that. And then what niggas do is they get blindsided and then they trying to catch up and they even do something worse. These niggas can be getting fucked over by that bitch, and on some, I still think I can save the relationship shit while they getting fucked up. Right. Then when they done got everything took, now they want to hate the bitch and then be on some red pill rage shit because they waited. Anyway,
all I was gonna say is if she don't act right,
like to be a total dumbass, I got the fuck up out of there.
All I'm saying is if a woman is not acting right, there's legal ways to apply mental pressure to women that they not gonna really be able to deal with. But I can't really talk no more. I really got to go at this point. So I'll just be listening. I'll holler at y'all later.
Hey, but you know, Roger, can I tell you one thing real quick? There's a new article by the Independent. They say I think over half of newlywed females seek a affair within the first year of their marriage. And I'll put that link in.
I can definitely believe that
in the chat right now.
Okay.
So for all you guys looking at marriage, 52% of females are seeking.
It's environment, man.
Okay.
It's environment.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, I want to take a look at it. I definitely want to look at it.
I'm not a mod, so I can't put that. I put it in the back check because I can't put it on the.
But yeah, put it in the back check then.
Honestly, Ramil, like if the article said 52%, is probably a little bit higher than that.
It's way higher.
Way higher.
Way higher.
And then on top of that, you talk about within the first year of marriage. Have you like a guy I went to high school with? He ended up being a male stripper. So you don't want to hear some of the stories that he's told me. But now, Edward, can you please rewind back a little bit and break down the Scottie Pippen plan? Because you kind of went kind of fast. Can you slow that down a little bit? Edward Anderson. I don't know if he's here.
Everyone went to sleep like Obsidian.
Nah, he didn't went to sleep. He probably doing something. But anyways, yeah. So I think that the society has just conditioned certain behaviors, like the whole culture and this whole Amber Rose movement and like various people that just have normalized and it's crazy because it's funny you brought that up, Ramil, because I'm out here in a Seattle area, right? And so what I find is that, like, it's so many women that are married and they're in a quote unquote open relationship with the man, and the man is completely okay with it. The woman is like on dating sites. She's actively going out seeking other men, and then like this is like women who are just who are like newlyweds, women who are just engaged to be married. It's like right off top, they already have that understanding, and it's like I believe that these men think that by allowing that, it shows that they're comfortable. It shows that they're secure. And I think that's the message that a lot of men have got to get away from. Allowing your woman to see other men doesn't make you secure. Doesn't make you more of a man.
No, it makes you dumb. This is why, man. Look, man. At the end of the day, look, with all this going on, the pump and dump lifestyle is the cure-all for this bullshit. I mean, you know, that's how you're gonna best handle all these problems that we're having with the opposite sex in this day and age. The pump and dump lifestyle literally secures you from all the BS.
And you know what else, Ramel? See, the thing about it is that, you know, you see these guys who got babies, baby mamas, like, I would say a good 99% of them is because they've been with the women multiple times. Very rarely is it a guy had sex with women the first night and she got pregnant. So if you keep it moving, listen, I'm 38. I don't have any kids. And trust me, we talking Wilt Chamberlain numbers on my side. So how is that possible? How is that possible? Right? Obviously,
you just hit the nail right on the head, bro. You just hit the nail.
Number two, like you can't like these guys, like you having sex with this chick 3 times a day. You're seeing her 4 times a week, man. What you think was gonna happen, man?
Exactly. Yeah. You hit the nail right on the head. When you keep it moving, that's why I don't have any kids either. You know what I'm saying? And on top of safe sex, obviously, but you know, everybody, you know, safe sex and all that. But I'm just saying, like, to get a girl pregnant, it doesn't really happen on the first time. So it's just like, yo, like, if you keep that shit moving, the nigga who's fucking her all day and laid up with her, that's gonna be the dude who get her pregnant. The dude who's all in her face, laying up, you know, all day in the bed. That's the dude gets her pregnant, man. Shit,
it's like
not me.
First of all, right, you're right. You done had sex 3 times already, right? Then you go back and lay in the bed. You all in a wet spot. I mean, like, you got some real sucker shit, man. Like it's like, listen, if you was about your bag, you ain't got time for all that anyway, man. Like, you should like you got, listen, we got 1 round, then you gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, we not finna be going 4 or 5 rounds, and you're not about to see me tomorrow. I just saw you today. You're not. What do you mean? Call you tomorrow? I'm not calling you tomorrow. Like, you on a 2-week bare minimum rotation, if not 3 to 4 weeks. That's it. You ain't gonna have those problems. You really not.
Facts. No, it's facts. But I'm starting to realize that type of lifestyle is one that's not sustainable for a lot of black men. Like somebody said earlier, unfortunately, a lot of us is looking for that relationship, and that's why we keep falling into the same trap. If you get into a relationship or a marriage, you automatically are the subservient one. You are subservient. Once you agree to a committed relationship or a marriage, you're automatically the subservient one in this day and age. So, I mean, but that's what niggas want to do, man. So it is what it is.
Like, think about if you look at all these cats that's married, right? And then you see them, they driving fucking Subaru Outbacks and fucking Toyota Previas and all kind of weird shit. Like, my nigga, like, if you were single, you would not be driving that. Like, you doing all kind of, like, I this one guy I work with, God bless his heart, but I be talking to him sometimes, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you know, I gotta help him go home because I gotta get the kids ready for school." I'm like, "What the? Hold on for a second. Where your woman at?" "Oh yeah, we kind of take turns, and we got a partnership going." Ain't no damn partnership over here. Ain't no partnership. Like, it's my way or the highway. Like, I'm tired of these guys on this sucker shit because at the end of the day, these women not gonna respect you. See, what these guys do is they think that they can do certain things and build up like an actual track record with women, and somehow it's gonna count later on down the line. All they care about is what you doing for them right there at that moment. So all this shit you think that's gonna build up and count for something later on is not gonna count for nothing.
Facts.
So why even do it?
Like you just said, some people got that. They see, it's funny. People have delayed gratification for that, but they ain't got delayed gratification for things that really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One day I'm gonna get like niggas
Yeah,
ain't
where
no
was you
niggas.
at, man?
Man, nigga, I've been don't.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
dealing with some bullshit.
We need you to, I need you to explain the Scottie Pippen plan. What the hell? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I mean, the Scottie Pippen plan is just wait for a bitch to take you for everything you worth, and then say how it's your fault.
Well, hold on. Break it down from beginning to end. How does it work? Because this is useful information. A lot of cats don't realize this. Break down the Scottie Pippen plan from beginning to end.
I had to do a video for that because I'm tired, man. I've been dealing.
He's like, I'm good.
But that is a good video. I mean, basically, Scottie Pippen, the bitch.
It happens all the time.
It does, and I'll say this: the reason why it happens is because dudes actually believe what Archer said. They actually believe it's their fault, and if you do the right thing, the woman will do the right thing. If she doing the wrong thing, it's because it's something you doing, and that's some shit. That's some shit. That's what annoyed me about that cheating shit they was talking about before on that concrete shit. This idea that all men cheat as if bitches don't do shit wrong. They like just the shit. I'm like, paternity fraud ain't even illegal. It's like a third of these motherfuckers.
Listen, Edward. Listen, men, we have got to stop saying this. Men cheating. Men do not cheat. Men are doing what they're designed to do.
Facts.
Well, that's basically what I said. Ramil, you was on that bitch and just blow their ass up one day. But yeah, like you know how Mela is. Mela on this, can't take no accountability bullshit. But she like, I hate this duel. I want to uplift black people, but at the same time, I'm gonna perpetuate the same bullshit that keeps black people where they are, and then play like, well, it's 50% you and 50% me, and the thing is, you're biased and I'm biased, so nobody's wrong. So that way I can say, I'm right.
Hold on, Edward. Here's a serious question. Do these women really want black men to just only deal with one woman? Do they really want that shit?
Nope.
Because the numbers are not in their favor. So if every black man got with one woman in the United States, there would be a shitload of women single and miserable if they wanted black men.
Like I said, man, they
don't want that.
They know what the fuck it is. Half the time I go over there just to entertain myself. But anyway, let y'all get y'all final thoughts. And yeah, I will definitely do that video on the Scott. Hell, shit, Ramil probably better than me. Talk about the sucker shit of these marriage motherfuckers. The Scotty, why all you married niggas on the Scottie Pippen plan. So last words, we're gonna start with Super Trez.
Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, you out of pocket. Peace.
Rael.
It's real simple, fellas, man. Appreciate everyone for letting me come on, but it's real simple, fellas, man. They're trying to make you take the bitch role while they take the man's role. All this talk about cheating and all this other BS. We sat here, man, for all these years and watched Hillary Clinton be with Bill Clinton. This motherfucker had cum stains on bitches' dresses. That bitch ain't go nowhere. And one of the main reasons why she wasn't gonna go anywhere, because why would Hillary Clinton go somewhere when she's seeing all these women that's saying, "Oh, you should leave him," but they fucking him though? She like, nah, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna benefit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fall for that okie doke, man. They trying to push you into the bitch position, like this idea about men cheating. Like, if this is the reason why they don't want they claim they don't want to get married and all this other bullshit because men fuck other hoes. This shit has been going on since the dawn of time. They need to get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. They the ones that came up with polygamy itself. So if they against that shit so much, they need to blame themselves. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Rael, can I say something to you right quick, bro?
Yeah.
Yo, peep this. You said something earlier about them. Would they even want a man? They want the man that don't cheat. It's not even about what they wanted. Can they get a man? We see here, we talk about there's a 1-to-1 ratio of black men and black women. If black women got what they wanted, if they got every black nigga to not cheat, a lot of them will be left out with no man.
Period. Yep.
Because there's not a 1-to-1 ratio, and
Right.
they're missing the fucking math.
Right.
Like, it's not like for every one black man, there's one black woman to match him with. Like, no, if all of us didn't cheat, a lot of you bitches are gonna be single, and I don't think you bitches understand that you might be the one left out. You might be the one that's left out.
I don't give a fuck about that. But yeah, that's called logic. You bring, man, that's like
Oprah even said it on her show years ago. She said it on Oprah said it on the Oprah Winfrey show that if black women want to get married, a lot of them are going to have to date out. So that was maybe 2003 or 4. So they already know what the numbers are. They know what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, what you gonna do? If you want to deal with these type of men and shut the fuck up, which they should do because they've been knowingly dealing with these men, or you gonna jump the fence? Can you jump the fence?
But then when they add in the numbers of black men, they're turning gay, or black men that they're putting in jail, either directly or indirectly, the numbers shrink even more. So just by the birth of black men to women, they're out. They're ass out of luck. But then when they add in the gay men that they're supporting becoming gay, there's even less. There's even less of an odds of them finding that one nigga.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they know that shit. So so Rael, you're up.
No, I already went. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you did go. I'm thinking Super Trends. All right.
I just want to say something real quick before Ramil close it out. This is kind of unrelated, but this is very pertinent. I've been watching the actual the markets, right? The real estate is starting to drop. So while we worried about
that shit been dropping,
make sure that we're actually focused on securing the bag from a male standpoint, because there's going to be some opportunities coming up. I'm looking at the real estate out here, man, and it's like I'm seeing single family homes in the 300,000s in Seattle. This is crazy. I this is unheard of, to get a house, an actual single family home, not a condo, a single family home for $300,000 is unheard of out here. And I've seen 2 houses this past week go up for sale in the 300,000. So what I'm saying is that these real estate prices are coming down. So a lot of these guys, you might have been priced out of certain opportunities, but now if you actually take this time and really focus on your money, you could take advantage of a situation. I'm just saying that.
Shit, I've been looking at a whole spot for 64.5, 900 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. That shit just got remodeled. Shit, and not too far from the airport too, so I can keep.
What they want for that?
Oh, it's a 64,000, 64.5
for
900,000.
That's a lick. But what city?
Hold on.
Oh, it's in Raleigh. It's where I'm at. Yeah. Well, technically it's in Durham. It's but it might as well be in Raleigh. It is. It's actually really low, and I actually about to get it on contract before somebody else take it. It's low, and the HOA fees are only $100. So I get that.
Well, Edward, real quick, man. If you can get a house for 64, that's crazy.
Most shit is let me be very, very clear. Most shit is not that cheap here. Most shit is real cheap. Would be 120, 130. But go ahead.
So with those prices, what you really should be looking at is look at if you can get a multifamily. Why even fool with a single family home? They
don't build a lot of this is actually a condo kind of, and they don't actually build a lot of multifamilies out here. What you have to do is you have to buy multiple townhomes, which you can do because they'll be so if you want, just to meet you halfway on that, if you want to do that, this is how you do it. What you do is when these builders are building, what a lot of times they'll have a situation where they'll have this whole bunch of acreage, and then there'll be multiple builders in a certain situation, and they'll be trying to move volume, kind of like how like when people build apartments, they're trying to fill a vacancy, so they give deals on the first, lease to get folks in there. And then they raise it. It's the same thing there. So what you do is you get multiple townhomes in that situation, because usually something that would otherwise cost you like 150, 160, 170, maybe 200 now because it's brand new, you could probably get it for like get two. You could kind of convert it into a multifamily 2-for-1 loan for like a $300,000 loan or some shit if you can kind of put that down. That's how a lot of people do it here, if you're going to do that. And a lot of folks who do that for nothing else, that 2 years later, they can kind of move the money out and get like 60, 70,000 out of that, if not more, just off the value of the stuff going up. So that's how you do that here. They don't really build a lot of multifamilies anymore. But yeah, you can definitely do it. You just got to do it that way, and it's always building. But yeah, that's not what I was looking to do. I was just looking to get me a place where I could drop my knucklehead brother and then drop a bitch if I need to. Don't need no wish. I really stay. So yeah, 64,000 I thought was a good deal.
That's
But
a great deal.
I'm trying to wait because at first I was saying let me wait to see if some other spots pop up. So yeah, that seriously, these niggas look that, and if you're a nigga you can't get a house, car. In fact, my mom was looking at buying a spot in Country Club Hills because she just wants to move back to Chicago. So that's what I'm on too. So well, I'm telling her give it more time, and these spots are coming down, man. And even if you want to get a car, you should get a depreciated asset. But if you want to get a solid car and you want to own that motherfucker, rather than y'all paying a note, because that shit'll make a hell of a lot more in a lot of y'all lives. You ain't got to pay fucking $400 in a car note because y'all balling trying to get pussy, tricking on a car note for you niggas that act like you don't trick. But anyway, Ramil, yeah, it's you up.
Yeah, man. Look, pump and dump. That's how you're gonna avoid all this BS that these women are trying to. If you're not pumping and dumping, that's where you're going to encounter all this BS, the shit testing, the games, the playing around. If you're not pumping and dumping her, you're gonna be one of those other guys, the cleanup guy, the repair guy, the guy for rides, the food guy. Practice self-improvement to the best of your ability, and try your best to become that guy that she's just going to fuck, so that she doesn't put you in another category. Because that's what they're doing. They're pumping and dumping. So that's all I'm gonna say on that, man. I mean, pumping and dump for life.
Yeah. So anyway, this was a great stream. I should turn that super chat because I actually got the super chat cleared. I just got to turn it on. Should have turned that bitch on just to test it out. See if you niggas gonna be
turn that bitch on, man. Keep that bitch on, dog. Like you gonna be on this bitch, dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna start making sure I get some more fire. Like I'm planning on trying to get some real fire streams. But I will say this, man. Last thing I'm gonna give y'all: if you niggas got some judgments on you, you got some credit debt, this is the time to call these fucking banks and tell them, look, man, I just got this, and lie. Look, I just got this $700. You need to do something. Otherwise, I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm about to just belong to these streets. You ain't never gonna hear from me again. If you want this, so y'all can use this coronavirus as a way to shore up a lot of shit. So y'all gotta be slick, man. This is an opportunity, and I don't give a fuck where you at. Especially if you still employed, you better get on it because this is like a timeout for everybody. And these, like I said on my last stream, thank God for the coronavirus. Corona checking all these bitches, and I don't even care. I'm not even on some I'm happy shit. It's just motherfuckers been telling you that y'all keep fucking up and taking advantage of a man's security. That shit, there's always a winner, and this is what it is. So anyway. With that being said, I appreciate all y'all coming in. Make sure y'all subscribe to Ramil. Ramil's got a damn Patreon. I know that shit's fire because now you don't got to worry about YouTube and shit talking about. Obviously, y'all need to get Super Triz over. I think you are over 1,000, but get him up too. And obviously Roger Report. And Roger be saying that slick shit too. Anybody else? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And with that said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.
All right.
Peace out, everybody.
So now I got these niggas off. Nah, I'm playing. Peace out, y'all.